2, 1.
7 things you probably didn't know you need to know. I'm Jamie East, and this is the Smart 7.
Good morning, everybody. It's Friday the 22nd of April, and it's Earth Day and Jelly Bean Day. And a big happy birthday to Machine Gun Kelly, Jeffrey Dean Morgan and Jack Nicholson. Boris Johnson headed off to India on Thursday, officially to work on improving trade relations, unofficially to escape the ongoing drama of Partygate. However, the day didn't go to plan. An attempt to delay a Labour motion for a parliamentary investigation had to be abandoned after it became clear the government might not win the vote, and Boris was under pressure from travelling journalists as soon as he landed in India.
What I felt was people were saying, look, this looks as though we're trying to stop stuff coming out. I didn't want that. I don't want this thing endlessly to go on. But if I have absolutely nothing, frankly, to hide.
The Commons probe will now go ahead once the police investigation is finished. Chancellor of the Exchequer Rishi Sunak chose Thursday to make his formal apology for the fine he incurred at the world's most famous birthday party.
Well, I fully respect the decision that the police have reached. I paid the FPN straight away, and I'm extremely and sincerely sorry for the hurt and the anger that this has caused so many people. I've always acted, I believe, in good faith with regard to what I've said to Parliament.
The Partygate saga had more twists and turns as the Met Police said they won't announce when more fines are handed out in the run-in to the May local elections. There were twists and turns in the Commons too, as the government first tried to delay and then gave up on attempts to block a vote on a parliamentary probe into whether or not Boris misled Parliament. Labour Deputy Leader Angela Rayner laid out the facts for Tory MPs.
The Prime Minister is leading the Conservative Party into the sewer. It's now up to members opposite to decide whether it is a red line for the Prime Minister of this country to break the ministerial code, break the trust of the British public and get away with it.
The vote passed without a formal count, and it appeared to be a serious embarrassment for the government. Treasurer of the 1920-22 committee, Tory MP Sir Geoffrey Clinton Brown, thinks it may indicate the beginnings of a real problem for the Prime Minister.
I think the dial has shifted today, partly as a result of the way this whole matter has been handled. Also partly, I think, that more colleagues have been able to get back to their constituencies and hearing what people are saying on the doorsteps.
Vladimir Putin made a rare appearance on Russian TV with his Defence Minister Sergei Shoigu on Thursday as he was given a progress report on his war on Ukraine. Russia's claiming victory in Mariupol despite the Ukrainian Marines and civilians who remain holed up in the former Azovstal steel plant. In fact, there was some good news for those Ukrainian fighters as Putin called off a final assault.
There is no need to climb into these catacombs and crawl underground through these industrial facilities. Block off this industrial area so that a fly cannot pass through.
Video emerged from the Ukrainian troops in the steel plant who say Russia's been dropping bunker-busting bombs on them and that they've wounded men in need of medicine and medical treatment. There are also civilians trapped there.
They are staying in several basements with an average of 80 to 100 in each. But we don't know the precise number since some of the buildings are completely destroyed.
Russia's also refused to agree a truce for Orthodox Easter this weekend. Meanwhile, US President Joe Biden delivered more military aid for Ukraine, including the heavy artillery that President Zelensky's been requesting. That makes over $3 billion of aid in just the last 6 weeks. Some military experts now estimate that Ukraine has more tanks in the field than Russia.
Today, I'm announcing another $800 million to further augment Ukraine's ability to fight in the east and the Donbas region. This package includes heavy artillery weapons, dozens of howitzers, and 144,000 rounds of ammunition. It also includes more tactical drones.
The World Bank's warned that we're facing a human catastrophe as the war in Ukraine may lead to increases of up to 37% in food prices. David Malpass, the president of the World Bank, spoke to the BBC and warned that there is a huge crisis on the way.
We are expecting a big new addition to people in extreme poverty. When prices go up, the poor can't afford them, that's obvious, and they get crowded out of the market.
And is also warning that the pandemic debt that developing countries have taken on could lead to an even deeper problem.
The poorest countries are expected to pay out $35 billion of debt service this year alone, which is bigger than the foreign aid that comes in. And so there really needs to be a change.
Still to come on the Smart
Smart 7. Man United get their latest new manager and Sir David Attenborough is a global champion. Right after this. Welcome back.
Thursday night saw Premier League action as newly managerless Burnley took on Southampton. They managed to pull off a 2-0 victory, which gives them 3 more points and a chance of avoiding relegation. Man United have been in the wars for what seems like years now, but maybe there's finally hope on the horizon as they've announced a brand new manager, Erik ten Hag. He's currently manager of Ajax and is highly rated as an up-and-coming manager, but he's going to have his hands full with United. Current United goalkeeper David De Gea is happy to see the new boss coming in.
We all know what he's done for Ajax, playing very good football, offensive football. So yeah, I think he nearly put Ajax on the final of the Champions League. So yeah, I'm looking forward to work under him.
Nicolas Cage is one of a kind. He's been in more blockbusters than nearly any man alive, and he rarely does interviews or appears publicly. But he's currently promoting his new movie, The Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent, in which he stars as Nick Cage. It's quite complicated, but it's getting great reviews. He popped up on Jimmy Kimmel to clear up some long-standing urban myths about himself.
Were you stalked by a mime?
Yes.
Yes.
And that is just so weird. Because that is one of those things that made me ask the proverbial question, why? They had the Marceau makeup, and they were like mimes slapping each other, and I'd walk, and I'm like, who are you people? Go away, please.
Thursday was a big day for a true legend, Sir David Attenborough. He's been named Champion of the Earth for his work in raising awareness of climate change. It's not quite clear whether he's got to wear some kind of Spider-Man-esque spandex suit, though. He's also celebrating his brand new Apple TV Plus show called Prehistoric Planet. It's produced by Marvel director Jon Favreau and has a score by Hans Zimmer. It takes us back to when dinosaurs roamed the Earth, and it's a 5-night event starting on May the 23rd.
Explore the coastlines where giants roam. Join us for a story you've never heard, on a scale you've never witnessed. Unknown, unexplained, unbelievable, until now.
This has been The Smart 7. Wherever you're listening, do us a favour and hit the follow button. We'll be back tomorrow at 7 a.m. Have a great day.
Written, produced and published by Daft Doris.